Who wrote that, babe?
Your mom.
Good. Hey guys, welcome to Literary Lushes. We're your hosts, Samantha
and Megan.
Happy 2020, everybody.
Woo-hoo!
We hope you didn't party too hard and that your parties were extravagant and lavish and luscious.
Yep.
And to call back the Roaring Twenties.
I lost my headphones. Okay, so full disclosure, we had an amazing drink video. I hope you all saw it. If not, I'm already on my third.
Fourth.
Okay, fine. Fourth.
French 75, which is a more potent mimosa, basically. So you essentially swap out the orange juice for gin.
So basically, I'm drunk.
And I am
Slightly
almost
tipsy.
there. Yeah.
So anyways, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the new year. Things have not changed at all, and except
we are more luscious than ever. So we are bringing in the Roaring Twenties with the classic fiction, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Which I will say, when I had to read it in high school, I seriously pretty much just read the first 40, 60 pages. Because I remember reading this going, what the F does this have to do with anything? And then I reread it for our podcast and enjoyed it. Because like after you get like halfway through the book, it actually makes sense.
Sex.
Yeah. No. there's a lot of things that make sense. But like as a person in AP English, I don't even know how I made it to that class. But anyways, The Great Gatsby actually had a very interesting tale. If you could get past, I wish they would have just made.
Before we get into it,
sorry.
Should we talk about, let's flesh out the drink a bit?
Oh, yeah.
So we are drinking, we already talked about it, but the French 75, the potent mimosa. The drink video will be up by the time this airs. We are dressed in the top of the line.
We're sexy.
Flapper costumes that you could buy on Amazon if you sort it by price from $30 and less. So we are dressed out in our full flapper garb. We did flapper hairdos. Megan's came out way better than mine. I look like a fucking train wreck.
But you have like the classic curl hair.
Those Jew curls, bro. So the opening line in Great Gatsby is a thought or a sentence, I guess, from the main character, Nick's father. And he says, in my younger years and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had.
I agree so much.
You never know what people are going through.
Fist bump?
Fist bump.
I don't know if
that's like a weird fleshy sound.
It's a great quote.
It really is a really great quote because you have had experiences that other people haven't. They've had experiences that you haven't, for better or for worse, on both sides. And you have advantages. They have advantages. And just don't fucking judge people.
It's really I hate to say it, but like I never really understood when I read the book as a younger high school. So
it's like definitely over your head if you're like 15.
It is. It is.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's classic literature. I get why they add it on like high school reading lists, but you're not mature enough. I feel like. Okay. So that actually ties into one of the thoughts I had is Gatsby. He threw these lavish parties for Daisy, which we'll get to. But
okay.
It just made me think of like appearance versus real life. So on the surface, he was happy. He had everything he wanted. He had this mansion on the water. He was throwing these lavish parties. He had women all over him.
Despite him staying in the back far corners and only introduced himself to like 3
Right.
people.
And he was actually miserable and upset and depressed.
He was waiting for the green light at the other.
He was waiting for the green light across the lake, bay, whatever, that body, river. And it reminded me today of social media, right? Where you see people and they put their best face forward on social media. So it's like, I just gave birth and I birthed a 12-pound mass
Jesus
out
Christ.
of my vagina. And look how great I look. Or, oh my God, like we just got delayed for 15 hours at the airport, but look at our happy, smiling family. And it's like, the reality is you're not happy and smiling all of the time.
Right.
And that's why I like, on social media, it's a British lady. Her name is Laura. I don't know her last name, but her like media handle on Facebook is Knee Deep in Life. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
She did that. It went viral. It was a Spanx video where she ordered Spanx and it gets like stuck on her midriff section because it like rolls up and down simultaneously. And she does this thing called Google Goals where she takes photos from celebrities or videos from celebrities where they look perfect. And then she does her version where it's less than perfect. And it's just to point out the fact that like what you see online isn't always the full story.
Right.
And I think the same is true with Gatsby, is that
Right.
he's broadcasting this fancy.
Oh, and his funeral was the saddest. I'm probably skipping ahead, but his
There's
funeral.
like 3 people out of all those parties. How many people attended?
Horrible.
Everybody in New York attended his parties and 3 people went to his funeral.
And one of them was his
One of us his dad.
hashtag spoiler.
Yeah, one was his dad, one was Nick, and then it was just like another party goer, and that was it.
It was
Daisy
horrible.
didn't even go.
Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Daisy. Fuck Tom.
Yeah, but it reminds you to like focus on what's important in life, and you do feel for Gatsby because his whole life he's hung up on Daisy because they were in love.
So Gatsby loved Daisy, and Daisy loved him in a sense. But at the same time, she was so in love with money. I think that's who Daisy's true love was money. And when she looked at how much money Gatsby acquired versus Tom, I think that's when she realized she loved Gatsby more than Tom. I really think that's her.
Do you think if they hadn't run over Myrtle that she would have gone with? Well, no, because we are just skipping all over. But when they have that confrontation with where Gatsby's trying to tell Daisy to tell, because they restart their affair, right?
Right.
And Gatsby's trying to get Daisy to tell Tom, no, I love Gatsby. I don't love Tom. And Tom's like, well, Gatsby made his money from bootlegging. And it's like Daisy was appalled and then went with Tom. And then Tom was like, I'm so convinced that Daisy's going to stay with me because we have this deeper relationship. Gatsby, you can drive her home. And they hit Myrtle. Do you think if they had not hit Myrtle, it would have been a different outcome?
I think that, oh dear God, what's her name? Daisy. That's what it is. Daisy would have been like, I love Gatsby. I love Tom. Who has the most money? I'm not kidding. Like,
really?
When I originally listened to the book, I was like, oh no, it's a true love story. And then we got to the end, I was like when they were in the New York hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and Gatsby was like, you never loved him. Like, I understand loving 2 people at once. I get it.
It's entirely possible.
I've
been there.
I've completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
But then her like, but I don't know who to choose. And like, Tom's like, just take Gatsby car. You'll figure it out by then, because Tom is so confident that like she's gonna choose him. And so they're driving and she's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going through. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I see. And because obviously she's not dumb. She even said that with her daughter. Like, I'm not dumb. I hope my daughter's a fool, because that's the best person to be.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
agree to disagree.
Yeah, and Wilson's wife comes out running out, and she's like,
George.
I really like to think that she understands that that's who's the
Myrtle, you mean?
Yeah, I like to think that Myrtle is the person she knows is the mistress. And she's like, oh, I'm going to hit her.
I think she for sure knew Tom was cheating on her with Myrtle, because why else?
I completely think that she knew. And then so like Gatsby was like, no, turn the wheel. And like they were having that battle over the wheel at the same time. I was like, Myrtle's running out thinking that it's is Tom.
Right, because they were in Tom's car.
Yeah. And so I really like to think that they were like, oh, I said,
Southern accent.
And then, they're like, oh shit, what are we gonna fucking do? And she's like, we should just go. And he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you want, Daisy. And Daisy's like, yeah, we should totally leave. And so,
but George saw Gatsby.
right.
And Gatsby said Daisy was driving.
Gatsby would do anything to save Daisy.
Oh, of course. That's why he stayed. That's why he didn't run away.
It's absolutely the reason that it makes this whole story tragic.
So we talked about the appearance of her social media. And we kind of touched on the love triangle. Well, it's not really a triangle. It's like a pentagon between Gatsby, Tom, Myrtle, George, her husband, George Wilson, and Daisy.
Tom's the worst.
Tom is kind of a douche, isn't he?
Yeah.
Was it like common in the 20s, I wonder, to have like a mistress on the side? Because I feel like it kind of was based on this book.
Yeah, based on this book, it was more like, as the richer you were, you're expected to have someone.
So Gatsby and Daisy were in love. She begrudgingly marries Tom.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, they fall in love and their relationship strengthens. But then Tom has an affair with Myrtle.
Yep.
Who is married to George Wilson, who owns the gas station. But we think Daisy knew that Tom and Myrtle.
Absolutely.
So the love triangle. So Gatsby and Tom, not Gatsby and Tom, that would have been fun. Gatsby and Daisy were having an affair, but they were like star-crossed lovers, kind of, sort of. And then Daisy gets together with Tom. But then Tom is having an affair with Myrtle, but he never truly loves Myrtle.
No.
And I think there is some sort of love between Tom and Daisy, obviously, because she ends up choosing Tom at the end of everything.
But she does, and is super, super sad.
And then the has and has nots. Nick is more of a has not, the narrator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's like 4 times that he's the has and has nots.
And Gatsby definitely is a has, even though it's
like at the end, like I feel for Nick more than anyone else because he's like, oh, I'm part of this, but I'm not. I'm part of this relation, but I'm not. And like he knows a lot of the secrets of the has, but he's also part of the has nots. And
because I think they weirdly trust him. Like they feel like he won't tell anybody.
Yeah. Because why would he? Because he wants to be.
Who would he tell?
Because he wants to be part of the has.
Instead of the has nots.
And even Daisy's like, oh, you're in love with me. And like, he's like,
Daisy needs to simmer down. Yeah. I mean, it definitely was an interesting dynamic between all of the characters. But I don't know. And then that murder-suicide at the end with George Wilson. And it happened at a party.
At a party?
Well, at the end, right? It was like as the party was dying down, didn't George come to the party and like hang out for a bit?
Did I miss that part?
Maybe I'm making that up. Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna die in your pool.
Actually, I think he shot Gatsby while he was like floating in his raft in his pool like the next morning.
Yep. He's like, nope, you ain't gonna enjoy your pool. Boom. And then Gatsby was like,
Megan is a little too tipsy to drink from our drink of choice for this episode. So be warned, it fucking kicks you in the ass.
Guys, I've only had 3.
4. So her husband is her husband's brother is gonna come pick her up. So we have to text him my address. Safety first. We are lushes, but we are responsible. One of my other talking points was, what if the story was told from Gatsby's point of view? I feel like it would have been super depressing.
Yes. I feel like if it was Gatsby's point of view, it would have been more like, I did everything for her. My love is all for her. It would have been like, it would have been very obvious.
And you can't help but feel for the guy.
No.
Like everything he was doing was for Daisy. Like he bought the house across the water from her, basically waiting for her green light to come
and actually
say hi.
And actually, they said at a point, like, the green light didn't mean anything to him after he already had Daisy. Like,
But he didn't ever truly had her 'cause she was
No.
still married to Tom. See, you can't help but feel for the guy that he basically spent his entire life trying to win her back, you know? It's just, that's a lot. That has to be a very deep-seated love.
yeah.
I don't know. I still feel sorry for Gatsby at the end of it all. Just, you know.
If I had to feel sorry for one person in the whole thing, it'd be between Nick and Gatsby.
Well, and Myrtle. I mean, she knew what she was getting into, but she
No.
also unwittingly got run over.
Myrtle could have been happy with the life that she lived.
Yeah, but George might have been a shitbag. You never really saw what he was like behind the scenes. George Wilson.
And that makes a huge difference, but also at the same time, like,
it doesn't make it right.
No, he needs to stay true to one woman.
Right. Like, it doesn't make it right that there were affairs going on.
No.
But George may have been a shitbag. But at the end of the day, Tom should have been faithful to Daisy. And then,
Yes.
Daisy should have been faithful to Tom because they were married.
But Daisy was in love with Gatsby, which is the whole thing.
But then when she had to choose, she chose Tom.
Did she?
I mean, because Tom was like, oh, Gatsby made his money from bootlegging.
No, I'm talking about before that, on their wedding night.
Well.
Where she had his letter rolled up in his hands.
I feel like she just...
If she had not had the aristocrat around her to be like...
Yeah, I guess if she didn't have that socioeconomic expectation, it would have been different.
It would have been different.
But, yeah. And if it was from Gatsby's point of view, I think it would have been a hell of a lot more dramatic than it was.
Gatsby had I love Gatsby, but he had a very drama vision.
Mm-hmm. He was very extra, I think.
Very.
If he lived today, he would definitely have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every social media website. He would go live. He would have the stories. He would have the videos. He
wanted Daisy. More than anything else in the world, he wanted Daisy, which was also his downfall. Because he wanted her so much. He's like, I'll take her killing someone. #spoiler.
So, Conscious Corner. Because I don't have any other talking points for Great Gatsby unless you do, because it wasn't that long of a book. Our next episode is going up on January 23rd, 2020, and that is going to be our first listener giveaway of the new year.
Yeah.
Megan has gotten to the sleepy drunk stage, I think, because she's currently using my boob as a pillow, and it's not a big pillow because my boobs are small. So that's our Conscious Corner for today, is that we're going to be doing a listener giveaway for our next episode. And so in order to join the giveaway, you either have to like, comment, share, or rate us. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. So on social media, if you use the hashtag #LitLushPodcast, so LITLUSHPODCAST, and just talk about the show, you could be entered. If you like us and rate us on Instagram, you can be entered for a giveaway. And you'll get some sweet, sweet literary Lushes swag as a winner. Also, we are looking for upcoming and fledgling authors to be on our author spotlight segment, which we lovingly call the ass portion. And we are going to be doing a listener giveaway and an ass segment, or I guess it wouldn't be ass segment because it would be author spotlight segment, but an ass interview.
Yep.
Roughly every quarter, so they will go together. So our first ass guest was Jason Gwynn.
Yep. Jason's an awesome dude.
He is super awesome. So if you or anybody you know would be interested in coming on our show and talking to us about your upcoming works, if you're a self-publisher, if you have a book published, if you have a book coming out, we would love to have you on. So reach out to us. You can reach out to us on any of our social media accounts. And we also have a Gmail account, which is Literary Lush Podcast. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving you the right thing.
Literary Lushes podcast.
Literary Lushes. I'm going to edit this because I can't remember ours.
Sorry.
Literary Lushes podcast at gmail.com. And you can email us there if you are interested. We are also working on our website, which should be up and running hopefully soon, where we'll have links to all of our social media, our email, all of the platforms that you've listened to our episodes. We are now on, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to us, you have found us. But we're on Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. I think that covers everything. And like I said, we are on Instagram, Facebook, and
YouTube.
We are also on YouTube and Twitter. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So as a quick recap for Conscious Corner, listener giveaway, please like, share, tweet, and rate us so you can be entered into our giveaway to get some sweet, sweet swag. And if you're interested in being on our Author Spotlight segment, please reach out to us either on any of our social media platforms or via email and let us know because we would love to have you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So our next book is actually going to be recommended by a listener. So that's also another thing that we're going to be doing is when we do a listener appreciation giveaway and an author spotlight segment, we are also going to feature a book recommended to us by one of our listeners. So this book is recommended to us by Sharon Call. It is
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. Her and I have a lot in common. It's The Graveyard Shift by Angela Roquette, Roquet. It is the first book in the Lana Harvey Reapers Incorporated series. Again, the title is Graveyard Shift. And that book, that episode is going to be going up on January 23rd, 2020. So if you guys have any recommendations of books that you would like us to talk about, please let us know. We tweaked our book episode list for 2020. It is probably 99.9% sci-fi fantasy, right?
Yeah, about that.
And we're also incorporating some book series into it because we like series and a lot of sci-fi fantasy books are part of series. So in 2020, we're going to be talking about the Constance Verity series by Ailey Martinez, who was actually on our first episode and our first guest for Helen and Troy's Epic Road Quest. We're going to be continuing the Bobiverse series.
Which is super, super cool.
Right, by Dennis E. Taylor. We're going to throw in some Dark Elf trilogy, some of the Dresden series, Dune, X-Heroes, which is superheroes meets Walking Dead. Like I said, the Lana Harvey Reapers Incorporated series, the Mistborn series, the Witcher series, which just came out on Netflix. Hey, Henry, if you want to be a guest star. And
hey, we wouldn't complain.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
I saw that video of you reading part of the Witcher book. So if you want to just come, we're here. Okay. And we have some others in the chamber, depending on how everything goes. But if you guys have any particular requests, we also have obviously non-series books that we're going to be talking about. Once our website is uploaded, there's going to be a listen tab, which will have links to all the ways you could listen to us because we know that you guys just cannot wait to listen to our newest episodes. But then also on that page, it will have a table of all of our past episodes with the episode number and the book and author and signature drink, and then also upcoming reading list, which is subject to change just depending on
who likes what. And
yeah, and we're gonna be sending out some media kits to potential guests and authors, and hopefully they will agree because we enjoy having the authors on so we can pick their brains about their works. So yeah, is there anything else, Megan, that you would like to share?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, that's good. Should we do a cheers? Because I have a pretty full drink and yours is pretty empty. And you're getting a brother-in-law Uber ride. So a Bruber.
I'm like looking at the.
You're getting a Beluber. Brother-in-law Uber. Beluber.
Dear God.
Wait, we should do our tagline and then we should do this. So as we like to stay. Nope.
As we like to say,
stay lively with your libations.